So tell us who you are and why you're here tonight.
I'm part of. Thank you.
I had come up with the idea to make the film shortly after the incident happened. You know, being there in the Bay Area when it happened, and being from there, and it affected me in a way that I really wanted to make a project that offered insight into what it's like to be, you know, somebody like Oscar, and it was something that stayed with me. I hadn't moved on it. I was incapable of. I was still in film school. It was something that was in my mind. And I mentioned it to one of my friends who was a law student at the time. And he ended up going back to work for the same lawyer that handled the family's case. And shortly afterwards, Forrest Whitaker's company was looking for young filmmakers. They ended up reaching out to me after my name came up. So I went and met with them, and I told them about the project. And they decided that Forrest decided that he wanted to help me make it. So that's how it came about.
How did you first get attached to the project?
I was coming back from Chronicle. I was shooting Chronicle, and I told my team I really wanted to do an independent film. You know, I wanted to do something that was a little more intimate, a little more character-driven, and it just so happened that the things that I wanted to happen, like, the way I wanted my career to go and what I wanted to work on next was tied in perfectly with the timing that Ryan and this project came about. And I didn't know it at the moment, but he told me that this is the project. He wrote the script with me in mind. He wanted me to play the role, and I was mind-blowing and very humbled by that. But everything just seemed to fall into the right place. Things fell into place, and as soon as I had a conversation with him, the first 5 minutes, I was like, in my head, I'm like, perfect, let's do it. Like, I'm ready to go. I got it done. Because you know, you see his vision as a filmmaker, as a director, and I was on board.
How did you get in the mindset of Oscar, you know, going through this whole process?
Spending time in the Bay, you know, spending time with his mom, you know, and his daughter, and his girlfriend, and his best friends, the people that knew him the best. And living in the Bay as much as I could, just really soaking that up. And yeah, I mean, that's all you really can do. There's no audio or video on Oscar, so there wasn't anything I could really imitate. You know, something that Forrest always told me from day one. It's like you can't imitate somebody. You have to represent Oscar and who he was and what he stood for. And it completely changed my approach to the role. And yeah, I think it paid off.
In the movie, they film at like San Quentin and all these kind of rough places. Yeah. Was there a scene for you that was most difficult to work through? Oh yeah, it was the we shot at the actual Fruitvale Station, where like the actual bullet is still in the concrete. So it's weird, like you can kind of feel like the ghosts or something. You know what I mean? That was pretty hard. First of all, congratulations on the film. I just want to know, how did you get initially attached to the project?
Because I am dear friends with Octavia Spencer, and she called me and said, will you do a part in this movie? What are you doing? Are you free? And I said, yes, I will do anything you ever ask me to do, ever. And then I read the script and I was like, oh my goodness, she's doing me a favor, I'm not doing her a favor.
The emotional journey is one that doesn't leave you. It was the reason why I decided to take the part. You want to be a part of something that will affect national conversation, bring about change, and reflect where we are in our society. And I think this film does all of that. Will we be successful in our attempts to get people to talk about this? Will we be successful in getting each other to examine how we treat one another? Hopefully, you know, that's the big takeaway.